Graphic designing, the practice of combining text with images and concepts, most often for advertisements, publications, or websites. In the recent times, it has been of great use now that everything is on digital mode, that most information is conveyed with digital aesthetics. With that, graphic designing is a skill that people are highly encouraged to learn as it will really help enhance visual communication with people. On that note, I am Eddie II E. Quirante, and for this video, I will be teaching you everything that you need to know to get started as a complete beginner. There are different graphic editing software out there. One well-known is Adobe Illustrator. But for this video, I will be venturing Photoshop, a raster graphics editor used not just for image enhancement but as well as in graphics editing. It has various tools and an easy-to-navigate interface, and we will be talking about the basics of it all. Let us start. Now let us take a look at the basic tools. All major tools are found on the left side. They are all contained in this movable ribbon. On the top, you can see the menu bar, and on the right, you can see your layer and adjustment panels. Let us focus on the tool. We have here the Move and Selection tools, wherein we use to select and move elements or certain parts of such and place them wherever we wish to put them in our canvas. Then, we have the Crop and Slice tools, which we use to cut or remove unwanted parts of an element. The retouching tools, which we use to enhance images, and painting tools, which we use to apply solid colors on elements. Next, we have the drawing tools, which we use to draw on elements. Shape tools, which we use to place various shapes. And lastly, the navigation tools, which allows us to zoom and rotate around the canvas. Speaking of canvas, let us first learn how to create a document.
Now to create a document, on the upper left corner, click File, and then click New. Adjust the width and height of your canvas, as well as the resolution and color mode. You may do this in various measurements from pixel to picas. For shortcut, you may click the Control button and N, and this will lead you to the Adjustment tab. Now let us add elements to our canvas. You can do this by, again, on the top left corner, clicking File, but this time you click Open. You will be directed to your sources of images. All you need to do next is click your chosen image, click Open, and this will direct you to another workspace for the image you opened. What you're going to do next is to drag the image to your main workspace. With your element in your workspace, you can change its size by clicking its corners and then dragging it to your desired size. You may hold Alt and Shift, which will allow you to uniformly scale your element from the center and outwards. To rotate, right-click on your element and choose the direction you want your element to be rotated. The same step will also allow you to flip your element both horizontally and vertically. To change the perspective of your element, hold the Control button while clicking the corner of your element and drag it to your desired angle. Hold Control and Alt, and this will change the perspective of your element in two axes. Referring to your tools on the left, click the Marquee tool. Choose what kind of marquee tool you are going to use and then create a cutting line on the desired area. And then, click Backspace. You may also right-click your cutting line and choose Select Inverse to eliminate unwanted parts outside the cutting line. For free cutting, click on the Pen tool, create markers on the areas you want to cut, and close it, and on the top, click Selection and then click Backspace. You may inverse if you want to delete the outer parts. To add text, simply click the Type tool, and you can then start typing whatever you want. To change the color of your text, simply highlight it and change the color by choosing which color on the top. To change the font style and size, you change it using the Font Style and Size selector still located on the top. To add shapes, click on the Add Shape tool and choose which shape you are going to add. Prior to adding, you may choose if you want to add it as a path or a shape.
The Layers panel is where we handle all of our layer-related tasks, from adding and deleting layers to adding layer masks and adjustment layers, changing layer blend modes, turning layers on and off in a document, and anything else that has anything to do with layers.
Moving the order of the layers means arranging the different elements from which they appear. It could be either in the front or at the back. You may bring them forward or backward by moving them under or above other layers. On the Layers panel, choose an element by clicking what layer it is. Then on the top, click Layer, and then Layer Style, and then click Blending Options. You may also just double-click on that layer. It will display the same window. For example, I want to put a gradient color to this text. All I will do is double-click the layer, click Gradient Overlay, adjust gradients, click OK on the adjustment window, and click again on the layer styling window. Say that you're done making your design. The next thing you're going to do is to save this. To do so, you need to click File, then click Save As. Choose a format. You may choose PNG or JPEG or its PSD format if you want to revisit your unfinished file later, and then click Save.
Keep in mind that only rasterized layers are limitless in manipulations. So you need to rasterize a layer if you want to make further manipulations. For example, say that I want a certain part of this text gone. So I cannot crop it because it's a text layer. So I will rasterize it by right-clicking on the text layer, then click on Rasterize Layer, and then work on my manipulations. You can basically do everything you want on that layer as long as it is rasterized. Now there's so much more to learn about graphic designing. Obviously what you have watched were just the basics, but these are fundamentals for every beginning graphic designer to know. And there you have it, the basics of graphic designing. I hope you guys learned a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!